Yes, good girl Adele, you go up, you go through. That's all I was thinking. Like, Adele, you go there, represent for culture. Me love to see them things there. Yo, God, my name is Tori, a 17-year-old who films videos on a reasonable, good quality LG Android. Hope you guys are doing good today. Hope you're staying COVID-free, wearing your mask, and staying at home. Please. Alright, so anyways, you know what is the title of this video is about today. And trust me, I wanted to change this for the longest while because when I didn't know how to say like this without sounding racist or this without sounding racist, like one total chaos. But I owed you guys a video, so I have to live up to the standard and change the course of what I was going to say. And yeah, but before we get into this video, I'd just like to say a huge thank you to all the supporters that I've gotten so far. My family of 5 turned to 8, so 3 more subscribers. So 3 more people who want to see whatever else I have in store and whatever. Special big up to you guys and also the persons who took their time out to share my last video. Thank you. The support is unbelievable. As much as it might look small, the support is unbelievable. Keep it coming. Keep it coming. Okay. So, one morning, I woke up out of my bed, took up my phone, and be scrolling. But as I was scrolling, I came across singer, songwriter, Adele. I looked at the picture, and upon further inspection, I've gotten to realize that Adele, she was wearing a Jamaican bikini top, tie-dye gray and black leggings, bantu knots or chiny bump we call them right here in Jamaica, hoop earrings, bracelets, necklaces, and a feathered yellow back piece. Now, ladies and gentlemen, when me see this picture here, I never really think nothing of it because what is there to think about it? Yes, good girl Adele, you go up, you go through. That's all I was thinking. Like, Adele, you go there, represent for culture. Me love to see them things there. But me never come across this term. And some people did have problems with it. And like me, I said, why you don't have problem with Adele in that? Like, what's the problem? What one problem? What? Then I came across the terms of cultural appropriation and cultural appreciation. So, what miss them do something there? Me don't know what nobody at all. Like, me daft. Like, nothing. I took it upon myself to find out what was the problem. What are these terms? Cultural appropriation, cultural appreciation. And when I found out what had happened and all of that and what those actually mean, Adele was doing nothing more than appreciating and expressing Jamaican culture. Adele was at Notting Hill Carnival, which is being celebrated somewhere in London. I think it's August in London, and it's usually over a 2-day period. Now, what Notting Hill Carnival is basically about, it's about expressing and integrating different Caribbean cultures into one. So it was found by an activist. I'll put his name here because me butcher pronunciations, like. And also, upon researching, I found out that Adele was actually born in a neighborhood which was made up of Jamaican people. So her look was also influenced by where she grew up and also the carnival and the carnival's main intentions. So when you put those two things into perspective, Adele was doing nothing but appreciating Jamaican culture. And honestly, me, I love to see it. I don't know about nobody else, but me as a Jamaican, I'm proud to see people doing that. And that is why I'm doing this today. To explain to you guys my take on cultural appropriation, cultural appreciation, and what I actually think about this whole thing. So let's get into today's video. And when you first get these terms, what is cultural appropriation? What is cultural appreciation? So cultural appropriation, as defined by the Cambridge Dictionary, is the act of taking or using things from a culture that is not your own especially without showing that you respect or understand this culture. So for example, for wearing like a piece of spiritual garment from an ethnic group or a religion because you found it cute, or because your friend was wearing it and it was fitting the trend, you did not necessarily take out of your time to learn about the origins of where it came from, nor its use. You just took it because it might give you a little bit of likes on Instagram, or it fit the trend, or your friends will say, oh my gosh, you look so nice. You did not take the time out to know where it came from or the struggle behind the outfit. As defined by preemptivelove.org, cultural appropriation is when you earnestly seek to learn or explore a different culture. So for example, when tourists travel to different countries, wear different types of clothing, try different foods and whatever from that country, especially pertaining to Jamaica. Now, I know for a fact that tourists, they come in here year in, year out, every time a year to come and experience our culture firsthand. Get the 100% authentic Jamaican experience. Come raise with flag, go to Port Royal and all of them beach there, travel all 14 parishes just to get that 100% Jamaican experience. That's called appreciating culture. They're not necessarily using it to say that to profit off it or to give it another name or nothing like that. They're showing their 100% appreciation and fascination with Jamaica by just coming here, indulging in our food, dance, culture, and art. Let's start off with Sir Happy, or known to the internet as Pharrell Williams. So singer Pharrell Williams, he appeared in Elle's UK July issue sporting a type of headwear. But not just any type of headwear. A Native American headdress. Now, Native American headdresses are used to symbolize the strength and bravery and integrity of the indigenous people of North America, and it has been worn for centuries by different chiefs and especially in today's society, Native people. So Pharrell Williams, he didn't have no business wearing it, especially in that particular setting. However, I'm not saying that it can't be worn by other people, but it was the setting and the time that was the problem. So Pharrell, they say Pharrell has some roots in the indigenous people in North America. I have no problem with that. He has the roots, blah, blah, blah. But that did not explain why he wore it. The setting of it all in front of a magazine was definitely not the place. If he had worn it if he had worn it to a religious event which was celebrating indigenous people and their tribe, and the tribe it actually belongs to, that should not have been a problem. But the setting in which he had used it was definitely the problem. So of course, Native Americans got upset. Americans got upset. A lot of people got upset. And Pharrell took to social media expressing his sincere apologies, saying, and I quote, "I respect and honor every kind of race, background, and culture, and I am genuinely sorry." The second celebrity that I have on this list is actually Miss Kim Kardashian. Now, for years upon years, Kim Kardashian has been the subject of cultural appropriation because a lot of people were finding faults with what she was wearing, and one specific one was actually with the braids that she's wearing. Now, I understand that she's married to Kanye West, who is he's an American rapper, also a black person. So his influences being in the black community would also affect her as a wife. I do understand that that Kanye being black would have some impact on his wife and his family. But things like those, respect needs to be given. Kim Kardashian took to Snapchat showing off her luscious braids and also referring to them as Bo Derek braids. Bo Derek is an American film and TV actress, and she is a white person. And the braids, especially those braids, Fulani braids, they actually originated from Africa. So Kim Kardashian calling them Bo Derek braids got the braids to lose their originality. It just wiped away everything that those braids stand for. It's not just calling them Bo Derek braids and finish with it. The braids themselves become to lose their originality and where they were actually from. No. My problem is definitely, most definitely, not with Kim Kardashian wearing braids. I don't have any problem with you doing what you want to do. No sort of problem. But she could have at least called them with them name. Me not have a problem, you know. But it takes a certain turn when she addressed them as Bo Derek braids. She then goes on to apologize, saying that, and I quote, "I obviously know that they're called Fulani braids, and I know the origin of where they come from, and I'm totally respectful of that. I'm not tone deaf to where I don't get it. I get it." She told the Bustle that if she used their right name, which was Fulani braids, that she wouldn't have gotten much backlash. And that is true. But then she goes on to make this Instagram post. After hearing this, and after giving this couple days of research and looking into some things, this is just simply my take on the whole spectrum of cultural appropriation. When the world is evolving and things like technology and the media are being widespread, expect to see cultures everywhere. Expect to see people of different backgrounds and ethnic groups intertwining. Expect to see people doing things that they've never done or tried before. The motto of my country is literally out of many one people, which just sums up that as a country, but also in this case as the world, we are versatile and we are also one. With our different ways we live, our clothes, our hairstyle, our food, our lifestyle, no matter how we live, we are still one people. But despite all of this and clashing of ethnic groups and cultures, it still does not make it right for a person to be disrespecting or misappropriating someone's way of life. Despite all this, it's never okay for you to cherry pick from somebody's story and what they went through just because you feel like you want to or because it's fitting a trend. Despite all of this, you don't have the right to make a mockery of a culture you don't have any idea about. I'm all for doing whatever you want, but the way how you do it becomes a problem. You cannot take aspects of somebody's culture and give it a different name. Use it to make your fashion statement or just because it looks cute. A certain level of respect must be given, no matter who you are. And until that happens, just go turn your eyes somewhere else. That's my opinion on cultural appropriation. This was a short video for me. me never stopped talk. Like the last video was like 20 minutes. I'm sure half of the people who watched it didn't make it through the 20 minutes. But that's all I have today for cultural appropriation. I am running out of video ideas, I should admit. And you as the audience have a right to tell me what you want me to do. Please tell me some things that you guys want to see from me. So make sure you subscribe, like, comments, all those nice things, and I will see you next week. Because